Nas, how was your experience watching a game with all the gunners from Thailand or Bangkok?
More it was amazing, right? There were the local people from the Thailand, and of course there were a lot of Europeans as well. There were local people from who have been raised in North London and working in the Bangkok were also there. So it was great to interact with everyone. And also a huge shout out to Hayes, man. What a fantastic small sports bar it is. It's entirely based theme based off Arsenal. It's also just even one of the guys told me that they just got a letter from Arsenal affiliating it with that being the official place where Bangkok supporters of Arsenal watch the game. So overall, there was a lot of singing, a lot of chants, a lot of happiness, 3 points. So yeah, like great conversations as well. So
And
it indeed was fantastic.
are
Not much
these
of drinking though.
yeah, are these gunners hopeful of the fact that this year probably Arsenal have that kind of a squad depth where they can cross the line? Like what are their thoughts on in terms of Arsenal, how Arsenal looks like this season?
Yeah, look, everybody has high hopes now. The squad depth is there. You see, we had three entirely new lads playing up front against Nottingham, and the quality didn't drop even a bit. So, of course, we have all the right to have hopes now, hopes to cross the line, go past the finishing line, lift a big title. Yeah, everybody's hopeful. People were just too excited to watch, to see Eze start, to see what Noni did, and Victor getting a goal, Zubamendi special, Mosquera, Calafiori playing those passes. So overall, it was a great, joyful performance and experience to watch with everyone. And of course, everybody's hopeful, Mo. This season,
Yeah, everybody is
every
hopeful.
one of us is hopeful.
No, why did I ask you that question is Arsenal fans are hopeful. I'm also hopeful for last so many years that I've been watching. The point is this season, is it different from the other three seasons that we had where we finished second? So the point of asking you what kind of hopes all the Arsenal fans have around the world, is it different? Because last year, if somebody would have asked me what happens if Saliba and Salah gets injured or Odegaard gets injured, and I would have said probably that's the dent in the season. But this
Yeah,
season,
yeah.
even if Saka is not there, Odegaard is not there, or for the matter of fact, any big player starting 11 is not there.
You are
In
spot
this
on, Mo.
game,
You are spot on with that. Everybody is looking for, everybody's delighted with the squad depth we have, with the and the fact that no any player can replace any player in playing 11. It's not just about squad depth. It pushes people because they are playing starting 11 position is not guaranteed now. Gabi Martinelli, who was starting week in week out for 3 years, is now not starting now. Player like Trossard has to come from the bench. Declan Rice, for maybe a different reason, was not on. Did not start the game. A player like Benjamin White is not starting the game, and you see, William Saliba didn't play. It didn't feel like he didn't play. I just felt that Mosquera is like he is turning out to be till 4 games best buy of the season. This guy looks like he has been doing this at Arsenal for years now. So you see, there's no drop in quality at all, and hence everybody is hopeful. Now
and
it's all in the hands of
Hincapié,
Mikel.
yeah, Hincapié has to make his debut. There is one player who hasn't even started.
Yeah,
So, yeah, quite an exciting season for Arsenal. Talking about the season, another game week after the international break. What did you make of the whole weekend games that we had, especially the derby?
yeah, yeah. More, of course, there was a derby. It was a one-way ride by City. I wouldn't say City played exceptionally well. They were good in bits and pieces, but I think United were just terrible. They had no intensity during the game. Their players probably didn't know what a derby is. The players had, I don't think so. There was any willingness to play from United side, or there was any proper structure, or they are understanding what Amorim is trying to make them do. It was everywhere. They, as a team, they were everywhere. There is no defensive structure. There is no offensive structure. There is no quality in midfield. The players didn't believe that they can come to City and get a result, any sort of result. It was just too easy for City. I wouldn't say that City was on point or they were amazing, exceptional. They're back in form. Perhaps I don't think so. They are, but I just think United were extremely poor. And
I
you
mean,
can see that. If you see, they were everywhere. There's no structure when you defend going to City. They didn't look like a team who want to play or have a belief to go and get a result at Etihad.
see,
Wouldn't you think that like Amorim looks clueless to me? I don't know about you. His win percentage is is is
25%.
shocking. No other manager would get these many wins. Yeah,
After 31 games in Premier League, he has won uh, around 15 or something, or 11, sorry, 8 wins or 16, something like that. It's very poor. And
eight
25%
wins.
is
Yeah,
what I
something
meant.
like that.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
25% win
More
ratio, 31
managers
games.
have been sacked for much less.
Yep.
Managers have been
Yeah.
sacked for much less. But Sheshko didn't look like a player that we were after. I'm glad we didn't get Sheshko.
Yep. I see. I wouldn't blame Sesko right now. For the matter of fact, the whole system is not looking like a complete team.
Yeah,
Everybody is playing in like an individual. Midfielders, one of the best, you know, potentially good midfielder is sitting on the bench in Kobe Mainu. When he came as a
yeah,
substitute, he was kind of, he made the difference, a little bit of difference, but he could. But again,
yeah.
Eminem looks like a manager who's very stubborn with his own idea. Even in his post-match conference, he said,
Press conference. Yeah,
uh, I'm not going to change anything.
change my
And if anything has
philosophy.
to be changed, you have to change the man. So it clearly shows that he is trying to
Yeah,
implement his own idea. But till the time he gets that
yeah,
kind of a squad that he wants or needs for implementing this
yeah,
particular
yeah,
3-4-3 setup, then I think for that particular period, he should uh, mold a bit, adapt to what all the other opposition teams are playing, and probably, and I would say they
yeah,
should use the strength of the players that he has rather than trying to implement his own method and say, this is what you have to do. If you do not have a
yeah,
team, let's say he wants
yeah,
another 5, 6 players, probably till then he can just use what best he's got in the club. So I think
yeah. I,
another
I
couple
think
of more losses.
he can do what Mikel Arteta did when Mikel came to Arsenal. His entire system was based on the kind of players he had, not on the basis of his philosophy being thrown at them. And I don't entirely blame the United players also, because that's the quality they have. You either blame the management who is not able to, attract good players, or you blame the manager who is being stubborn here. And this is a new thing. In managers these days, everybody is very, very stubborn when it comes to their philosophy. But then again, he needs to
I
understand
think
this is
I
English
think that's
football. Like,
important. I think that's important to stick to your idea because that's what got you success in the past. That is fine. But if you do not have the players that you want, uh, I think for that particular time you have to adapt to what is required. And if you can get away with 10 next games with at least 15 points out of it, 15 or 16. At least your win ratio, take the win ratio higher. Try and implement everything game
yeah,
by game because you have new players now in the system. Also take time. So I would say it's, mm, I don't see Eminem staying at United for a long period of time. If another few losses, and I think they are playing Chelsea next.
but you wish he
And
stays for a long period of time.
uh, it just doesn't feel right. I mean, 31 games is almost a season long, right? And if you
Yeah,
cannot make any difference in the league, if you cannot show the success, even if it's minimal, but if you can show the success, then I think uh, he might have. a very limited amount of time left in February.
Yeah, and more. I don't know, but if you heard about it, but in this press conference also, he made a small mention about how good his team played against Arsenal at Old Trafford in a midfield which comprised of Zubermendi, Odegaard, Rice. So again, talking about a game which happened nearly a month ago, trying to rely on that to make a point. Come on, move on. Be a manager. Your team is out of the Carabao Cup. United is out of the Carabao Cup. United is not playing anywhere in Europe. They probably would be out of FA Cup if FA Cup was on. But luckily for them, they still have time till January. And in league, you can see them. Although they are doing better than what they did last year, they are 14th instead of 15th.
Like I don't even understand when your team is taking a penalty, you're not even looking at your players taking the penalty. What kind of impression it leaves on the player that my leader, my boss, my manager is not confident enough to just have a look at the penalty? What if he's going to miss it? That's all right. Superstitions are one thing. Superstitions are one thing, but as a leader, you have to just put few things aside and behave like a leader and say, no matter what, I'm going to stand with my team. I'm going to stand with my club, and I'm going to watch this penalty happen. I mean, that just shows you uh, a lot of things as a manager, as a person, and I'm. It's my personal opinion, but I think it's going to happen very soon, where he might be replaced with another manager who can probably make the best out of this squad rather than implementing his or her own tactics.
So you are Amorim out now, or you want him to stay? But not that
I
it
don't think
matters in
he
your
can.
life, but still.
No, but I mean, I don't think he's going to stay follow. I'm not saying he's a bad manager. Probably he's a good manager, but not for this club. There are a lot of problems which are going behind the scenes as well at United. So probably a lot to look into. Anyway, uh, so what did you make of the weekend games? Especially Liverpool getting lucky last minute penalty.
Liverpool more. I watched that game for 2 damn hours, only with the hope that they will damn drop the point. But how lucky is this football club? Like I can't. It's. I'm shocked. Every other game they score a late goal. Most of the times, out of four, I think they have played 2 games against 10 men. Like everything is working in the universe to ensure that they end up winning the game, and it happened, and it
But
happened
that
again.
could be,
I was
yeah, that could
Oh, that
also
was a
be a sign
heartbreaker,
of,
man.
yeah, that could also be a sign of relentlessness where they do not stop only till the time the whistle is blown. So I don't know if it's only
No
the
more,
luck,
more. More. I don't think so. Like, of course, they are. Look, it's Liverpool Football Club. They are going to be relentless. But teams, even when they are relentless, tend to drop points, especially away from home. Especially when they have been leaking goals, like what happened at Bournemouth, like what happened at Newcastle, or what was happening at Burnley. Even against us, they scored in 80th odd minute or near to that. So you have to and you see the kind of goals they got. A very lucky penalty. Okay, that was a clear penalty. There's no debate about it. But for a defender to raise his arm here in the last minute, like like stars are
yeah, that's a
aligned.
penalty. That's not a doubt about the penalty. But
Stars
I'm
are
just
aligned for
saying,
them.
I would say, see, at times you get those kind of penalties. Or if I talk about the Newcastle game, they didn't stop. They kept on going. They scored those goals. Um, and Burnley, I would say Burnley must
More,
be
they
very
were playing against
heartbroken.
10 men.
Yeah, that is a second thing. But I'm just saying,
Oh yeah.
at times, fortune favors the brave, or luck, favors the champions. Whatever, however you want to put it. But I guess you can't rely on what happens with the Liverpool team. So I think, but I'm when I was looking at Burnley playing the way they did, they played amazing for 92 minutes before that penalty was given to Liverpool. Otherwise, that was
Yeah.
point share.
What do you
But
expect? Like, what is anyone expecting out of a Burley squad playing against this Liverpool's team? They will
I think
play
they
the way they
did.
played. Any other team would do the same. full marks to Scott Parker to ensure that his team didn't concede the game goal. And I think it's just heartbreaking for the Clarets, heartbreaking for the Gunners as well. But yeah, long season, man, long season.
Yep, it's a long season, and I don't think Arsenal
Another
would
interesting
be.
game. Oh, there was a London
Yeah,
Derby.
sorry.
There was a London Derby, Hammers versus Spurs. There was a
Yeah,
London Derby as well, Hammers versus Spurs.
yep. I think Tottenham looks like a better team under the new manager. So I think they are doing a good job. First City, now West Ham. Though West Ham is not looking great this season, and I'm not sure. Again, there are rumors that West Ham manager might be sacked soon as well. So Graham Potter, I think, is not looking too good with what he can do at West Ham, and probably the latest rumor that I read was Nuno could be the next manager for West Ham. And I think with this West Ham team, Nuno could be a good signing as well as a manager. What do you make of
Yeah,
Chelsea game? I
yeah,
mean, for Chelsea, they managed to draw the game somehow. Do Chelsea have it in them to do better this season?
yeah. More so against like this game was also like I think these guys equalized in the last minute. The Brentford equalized in the last minute, and overall it looked like a game where either team didn't deserve to win for me. So I think it's a fair result. 2-2. Fabio Carvalho getting a probably scoring late in the injury time, which was provided. Cole Palmer on the score sheet, Caicedo on the score sheet. Overall, I think it's not a bad start for Chelsea this season, considering where they were and considering they are still trying to put a squad together. Their squad hasn't played for a
Right.
very long period of time together. So overall, I think it's a good result for, like, of course they will be heartbroken because they conceded in like in the dying moments of the game. But then again, Brentford away is never an easy game. So 2-2 is not bad, not bad. I think Maresca can be a little. I think he should be fine with this result.
Yeah, the next week also looks interesting with all the games that are lined up with Liverpool, Everton, the derby. Then there's United versus Chelsea, Arsenal, City. I mean, next week it's going to be a crazy, crazy week. Brighton, Tottenham again a good game. So Bournemouth and Newcastle, Bournemouth playing at home. So next week looks like a, a cracker of a week for Premier League, and I think a lot will be on display on the next weekend in terms of what teams are made up of. Especially for Arsenal, if I have to talk about hosting City. Uh, it's the fifth game of the season. I totally understand it, but it will define how they're going to do in rest of the Premier League season. And I think uh, even for United playing at home against Chelsea, they need a lot of courage and strength to come out with a. So let's see what happens. But before that, Champions League is there,
Yeah,
and we'll meet you next soon when we'll talk about Champions League because it's back, and I hope you are looking forward to it.